Alright everyone, how's it going? And welcome to the first episode of a brand new Ultimate Team series here on FIFA 21, where I'm going to be trading, hopefully all the way, to 1,000,000 coins. So yeah, it's a very classic sort of style series. I'm finding that I'm able to make quite a few coins as FIFA, as last FIFA, and I want to just do a series where we don't bother with all the gameplay. We just focus on how to make each coin, starting from the bare minimum. As you can see me here, starting up a new club. Not even getting the starter packs in this one that you get for being on the last FIFA or whatever. This is brand new, so pretty much taking it from 0 coins all the way to 1,000,000 coins, maybe even beyond if I get there quick. We'll have to see. And yeah, I'll be showing you different methods that I use throughout the series, so you can sort of join in, do it yourself depending on like what sort of budget you've got. There are some techniques that I use which can be done very low coins and very high coins, doesn't really matter, and there are some adaptations for each for how you can spread your coins, if you know what I mean. You don't want to get to the point where you're investing your coins in the method that's not going to bring you too much profit per coin when you have low coins, if you know what I mean. But we'll work that out as we go along here. And the one problem with starting a brand new club, especially if you've already had a club before it, I've already got some of the milestones complete where you get like 150 coin or whatever. So we can't actually get our first coins to actually start trading with. So they have to complete a friendly. Not too bad, it doesn't appear in the record. We'll get like 300 coins I think for completing the match. And we'll get like 150 or whatever for completing the King of the Hill friendlies tab. I'm not going to show much of it. I literally just went in the game, put the controller down, let the match run out. But that doesn't matter. Record's still blank. We got our first few coins to start trading with. A measly amount of 475. And I know I did say I'm not going to be playing matches. I'm not. That was just to get the coin. And let's face it, no one's really going to have under 500 coins at this point. And if you do, just play a match. I'm sure you'll be wanting to make coins on your main account to buy players for your team. So you're going to be playing matches regardless. But yeah, this is just to get us started. And straight away we go in your first method, which is very basic. I'm just simply bidding on silver cards. But more specifically, silver cards that can be used in like league SBCs, and within those league SBCs there'll be the second leagues, like not the main 5 or whatever, the ones where there's majority silver packs from the rewards, ones like that where you get little silver players. So right here you can see me looking at the Turkish league, and all I did for the filters to find these players was 350 is the max price with a buy now minimum of 650. I just filters out some players that won't be selling buy now in the market for like under 500 coins or whatever, under 650, but you know what I mean, a decent gap between the max and the min. And I just go in and bid 150, 200, maybe 250, maybe 300 if it's a rare player, or depending on if you know if you're going for a bit more. Regardless, I just try and get a couple for cheap. That second guy I don't actually win, but I do go and get a rare guy, as you can see there. So I spent 200 on the Greek right back here, and the Galatasaray winger for 250. That's our first 2 players already bought. I'm gonna list them up. I just sort of check the market beforehand, just to see what sort of average price you're going for. I don't want to have them listed up forever at this point anyway. I want to get them sold quick so we can quickly reinvest them. I list them up for 500, 650, not too shabby whatsoever. Doubling our coins at least on both. And you can see here, our first player has sold on, already putting us back up to 500. Very nice stuff, and I went straight back in and reinvested it. Again, just in the Turkish league. You probably noticed that the players that I bid on don't expire for like 15 minutes plus. Don't worry about that. It's just like the transfer market sort of outdated in a way. So it's not refreshing to get the players that are expiring soon in. Sometimes it does that. Sometimes it takes a while to fix. You can just go around different leagues, bidding those players. So it'd be like the Championship, the Pro League, the Eredivisie. What else is there? The MLS, the Liga MX, the Chinese League and the Saudi League are good ones as well sometimes. But there's not that many silver players. Just the League SBC players that aren't needed for the top 5 leagues, pretty much. Because you can get them on the market for very cheap, and people are always trying to refresh their league SBCs, keep getting the packs. So they're going to keep on buying players just off the market. What they might see as a 500 coin player might be one of your 100 500 coin players that you're just constantly refreshing. So what's only 500 coins of them can add up to about 50k for you. And you can get players that are worth 1k, 2k, 3k. For some reason, people just don't bid in silver players, and you just get loads of expensive ones for very, very cheap. And let me know if you want me to make a full-on tutorial for this method, go more in depth with how I bid on them and sort of how I list them up. I don't really mind. I just want to help you guys make coins pretty much. But yeah, those 3 players with one, using the exact same method to list it up, you would have seen the prices there. A couple of players that are nearly a grand each, which isn't too bad. The footage here is a little bit sketchy, I'm not sure what went on there. But you can sort of see the players in the background that are sold, and we're up to 2,000 coins. We'll take it off your screen now so you're not blinded by it. But yeah, that 2k will go straight back in, reinvest it in a heap more players, take us all the way down at 150. And you see here we're already in the point where we've got over a page of players. We've got 13 in total. And if you listen out the way I do, where it's pretty much undercutting by a few hundred coins to the normal cheapest, they'll sell on pretty quickly. But you can literally list them up with the average price, and probably within the first hour, maybe 2 or 3, they will sell on. So if you're getting more and more players, you can do that So obviously if you have a full trade pile of these players selling, the probability of them selling quick goes up. But as of right now, I'm trying to get them sold within the first hour. Maybe a couple will remain. I'm still waiting to sell that right back, the Greek guy, the very first player I bought. That's just because price fluctuates. That's the thing as well. Silver players' prices fluctuate so much. 1 minute they're going for 250, 300. The next day they're going for 1.5k. So it's pretty fail-safe. You're not really going to lose coins unless you're impatient, which is fairly good. And if you do lose coins, by bidding up to 250, 300 coins pretty much on these players, you're going to lose, what, 50 coins total on a player? You need to sell one more player pretty much for 100 more than you bought him for, and you've already broke even. So yeah, it is just fairly safe to do. I mean, it is 100% guaranteed coins, but I will say the more patient you are with it, the more you can make. And you see here we've sold on 6 players, including that Greek right back he's finally sold on. I did only sell him for 400 just because I wanted to get him off the books for the video, but I mean, it's 150 coins just like that. A little less after tax, maybe 130 coins. That doesn't matter, we're already back up to 3k with half our players still to sell. And you know what we'll do, we just go back in. This time I do switch it up a little bit. I get out of the Super League, hop into the Eredivisie, and just offload my coins in the bids. There's low tier going for 150, which is obviously the prime price you want to pay for them, because no matter what you're getting profit, and you can get so many for that. Sometimes you'll wipe out a full page of 50, but I will say mostly you'll get 35 to 40 almost guaranteed, but that does change depending on what sort of time you're doing it. You may find some people are just buying silvers on bid, and you'll only win by half of them, but that's still 25 items for about 3 minutes of your time. Not too shabby whatsoever. And also some players, if you buy them on like a Thursday, you can hold on to them for a little while until Marquee Matchups comes out. And sometimes when Marquee Matchups comes out, they require some silver players. Even in promo weeks, there may be some SBCs that need silver players. And some random players, especially like the fullbacks and stuff, they'll rise up to 3k. But obviously it requires a Marquee Matchup SBC to need a silver player too. But as of right now, I'm just listing them as soon as I get them. And you can see here 7 more of those cards that we just won sold on. Back up to 4k, and look how many players we've still got to sell, are the ones that just expired. And you can pretty much see the process I'm going through. It's the exact same thing. Going through the different league SBCs or minor leagues, pretty easy stuff. And after this massive chunk of cards that got listed up, as you can see here, 36 items did sell on, and we're already up to 16.7k just from silver players, which is very good stuff for the very first episode of this series so far. But we're not done yet. I invested every single coin at that 16.7k. You can see here we're down to 70. And we'll go into my unassigned item pile. And we've got 50 items, which isn't even all of them. And once I listed them all up, you can see here we filled our entire transfer list. And in the first hour, over half of them sold. With 49 items still to go. And we're at 27k. A quarter of the way to 100,000 coins. Not too bad whatsoever. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, it'd be so massively appreciated if you drop a like on it. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. The next episode of this will be out very soon. And yeah, if you want me to make a more in-depth tutorial for that trading method, I'll happily make it. There's some other stuff to do with it in the next episode or two that you'll see, which can get you even more coins. And it actually makes it a bit more fun. It's not just listing players, which will be out soon. I'll probably include that in a tutorial if I make it, so look out for that. But yeah, that was it for the first episode. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.